versus Mech Mage.
Alright, Massan's Mech Mage. He's doing the duck face of victory here.
Massan the duck.
Oh goodness. Please no. Let's start a comic. So Massan is not ending the turn. Or is he? Okay, there
Maybe he just forgot. I don't know. I don't know what's going through Massan's head these days, so...
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, after that fireball lethal that took 90 seconds, I'm still under the weather. No mech here to buff the Cogmaster. You have to be very careful with the pronunciation of that minion's name.
Yes, a lot of people get it wrong, and if you get it wrong even so slightly, it becomes a little strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Man, Massan is thinking this through. Like, he's taking this very seriously.
Mm-hmm. He's like, okay. He's on turn 3. He's like, okay, wait, do I have lethal? Waits like 30 seconds. He's like, no, I don't have lethal. Okay, I'll just play out my turn.
So you know what's really interesting is the fact that Thijs has a guaranteed Doomsayer, board wipe because of Mirror Entity. Whenever he decides to, he just wipes the board.
Yeah,
I mean, Massan can't possibly overextend at this point. Oh goodness, he does.
Yeah, that's the weakness of Mirror Entity in this matchup. If your opponent plays a Doomsayer, well, you just copy it and you wipe your entire board for free for your opponent.
Yeah, I hope Massan notices that and doesn't overextend beyond what he's already got, because he has to try to kill his opponent with spells. I mean, I guess you could play the Drake and hope for the best for card draw purposes.
Are we sure that the secret is Mirror Entity, though? I know it's the most common secret in Mech Mage, but some Mech Mages... Yeah, some Mech Mages, they run like one counter spell, and very rarely they might also run duplicate.
But it doesn't really matter for Thijs, because if it is Mirror Entity, then it copies Doomsayer, and if it's counter spell, you coin out Frost Nova, right?
Oh, wait, what?
Wait. Oh, what? Okay, wait.
So
no.
it's duplicate?
Duplicate and I guess I can make sense of it, but not really. I can make some sense of it, but I'm not...
You know, Thijs is actually a Mech Mage player himself. He recently went 4-0 against Forsen in the I Heart You King of the Hill show match. And in that show match afterwards, I talked to him about the match, basically. And I asked him, why do you have 2 Mad Scientists in your deck and only 1 secret, which was Mirror Entity? And he's basically like, you never want to draw those secrets, and pretty much Mirror Entity is the only secret that's good in Mech Mage. Yeah. So basically saying, Massan, let's duplicate. It's not. It happened to kind of work out here, but
he's gonna get 2 Cogmasters if that's the case. But now Mirror Entity is becoming valuable, right? I mean, now you're happy about Mirror Entity. It suddenly becomes so much better because the Doomsayer's already been played. Oh wow, 3 Cogmasters. That's something I think I'd see. But...
You're gonna have a mech at least.
I mean, you have to play the 3 of them and hope there's no Flame Strike, and then you just go all out damage-wise. Massan is overextending into Flame Strike, and he's saying to himself, you know what? I'm trying. And there's no punishment coming for him yet, and if no Frost Nova is drawn off of that Arcane Intellect, this huge gamble might pay off. Very much so.
Huge gamble indeed. It's pretty rare that for Thijs, he doesn't have any more board clears. I think he's going to have to go for the Arcane Intellect to hope to draw more. Oh.
I mean, you could Mad Scientist, Ice Barrier, but then again, it's so weak. Like Arcane Intellect give you Ice Block to buy time into another AoE board wipe.
You can't even clear anything either. I think, you can't even ping anything. So you might, if you go for the play that you mentioned, Mad Scientist,
Ice
Barrier, you have to like maybe also expend a Frostbolt.
I don't even know. Yeah, a Frostbolt to kill at least 1 minion, but then you're probably thinking Well, I think Ice Barrier is still a viable play, because there is a lot of damage right now on Massan's board, but there's no lethal. Unless there's a Fireball or something else on the back end.
Arcane Intellect hoped to draw Blizzard's not good enough. He was hoping to draw either Frost Nova or Kona Cold.
Yeah, I think the way he did it in this order was definitely the right play with the Arcane Int into the Mad Scientist Ice Barrier instead of starting with those 2. That's pretty obviously the better play. So
if Thijs ran Explosive Shape as well, that would probably be the best draw actually.
Oh yeah, that would definitely help out. So the Cogmasters are surprisingly aggressive here. I mean, 3-2 for 1 mana, that's pretty solid. He got them off of duplicates. Not exactly the prime minion you want to get back off of it. You'd rather get Piloted Shredders. But in this case, it will allow him to get a very early damage output on Thijs.
In this particular scenario, it happened to turn out pretty good.
Do you even attack that 2-2? I can't see the... I mean, he has to make the trade anyway with the Blizzard. Then again, we know that this is not Mirror Entity, this is Duplicate again. It did not trigger off of the Mad... Oh, there was no room for the Mad Scientist. Wait, what is that secret? You can't Blizzard because you can't Ice Block, and your Mad Scientist has to give you Ice Block.
Yeah, I don't know. Massan's deck is weird.
Yeah, Massan's deck is weird, but it's working out right now. Don't ask me how. Okay, so he's gonna have to Frostbolt his own Mad Scientist to guarantee Ice Block? There's no way.
I don't think he can actually afford to do that right now. I think...
Does he run two... Do you know if he runs 2 Ice Barriers or only the 1?
I have no idea. I believe we only saw 1 Freeze Mage deck throughout this entire tournament. We only saw like most of 1 Freeze Mage deck, and it was Hosty's deck that ran Ice Barrier. Or
1 Ice
like
Barrier,
that.
I think right now... I mean, if there are 2 Ice Barriers, then there's 66% chance that the Ice Block comes out off the Mad Scientist that's on the board. And in that case, that's a pretty decent play.
I think Thijs is apprehensive about trading his Mad Scientist because he's not sure what secret he's going to get either.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening, but you really don't have the choice at this point. You have to trade the Mad Scientist, then Blizzard to stall the aggression. Attacking the Piloted Shredder would give another minion to Massan, which is something you can't afford. So, and this is Ice Barrier. Oh, wow. Not at all what he wants to see because he's dead to Frostbolt. He's dead to so many things right now.
Yeah, there's also a play that can make Ice Barrier totally worthless. Basically, you just keep pinging your opponent, never do any more damage
until he dies. Yeah, I think he can just
gets to 1 HP. I think basically he can afford to just... If he doesn't have 8 damage on board next turn, he can basically afford to never attack and just ping his opponent down to 1 HP.
Yeah, but there's Alexstrasza come out right now. There's a bit of more... This is a bit of a more difficult situation for Massan if that comes out. Because there will be 23 effective health on Thijs' side.
Yeah, and 23 health, or 15 health rather, from the Alexstrasza isn't something you can burn down with Mech Mage unless you get the Antonitis off.
Exactly, which is pretty much the problem right now. I mean, I guess if he gets Antonitis or Dr. Boom with emergency coolant, that could give him enough time or enough damage output to whittle down the Ice Barrier and the Alexstrasza together.
Alright, Thijs looking for more board clears, more freezes.
And that's, well, this is not really helpful for him. And he decided not to Alexstrasza, which is a play he decided to make. It's a sacrifice he made in order to do what he's doing right now. But I don't know that it's going to be good enough. So he tries for a Doomsayer. An Oiltron comes out.
That's
Ice
not
Block
bad.
is on the board. Yeah, it's pretty good for Massan, for one.
It's somewhat good for both players because on one hand, it doesn't do a lot of damage for Thijs, and on the other hand,
the card draw.
On the other hand, for Massan, it has mech synergy and it's just generally a pretty good card.
So we're looking right now. There's a total of 5, 6, 7 damage on the board for Massan. All he has to find is one spell to maybe seal the game. Do you think he's going to be waiting on his Archmage Antonitis before using these spare parts? I think that makes a lot of sense, but...
I think if you get Archmage Antonitis and you have 3 spare parts, you pretty much win the game against Freeze Mage.
Yeah,
Freeze Mage, they typically don't have Polymorph, so they'll have to Fireball the Archmage Antonitis. That costs them 1 turn essentially, and then in the next turn you just spam 3 or 4 Fireballs to their face.
Yeah. So, wait. Alexstrasza face on Massan's side, then you you Blood Mage, Frostbolt, Icelands?
Is that enough? That's 4 plus 4 plus 5?
That's close. That's 1 off lethal. Oh, goodness. Do you try it out and hope for that Fireball? Because, I mean, there's no way you can clear the board realistically before you hit a point where you win the game, right?
Yeah, I believe Fireball top deck is the only thing that can guarantee lethal the next turn.
Mm-hmm. And I
Because,
think Thijs is gonna go for it.
Thijs has already used his second Ice Lance too.
Yeah, he's seen the second Ice Lance used on a 4/4, I believe, to mitigate some of the damage outcome, output of Massan, but that's just not enough right now. All right. Massan has enough damage to go through the ice barrier and pop the ice block. So this is really, this comes down to Thijs getting his fireball. If he gets it, this is going to be an incredible recovery. I didn't put Thijs on the ability to win here, but there's definitely two cards left in his deck that can save him. An ice block would also do the job.
Yeah, Ice Block would give him one more turn, and it would also let him play the Acolyte plus Ping, so you can draw even more parts.
So he's got 2 card draws next turn. Let's see. Whoa!
Fireball!
Fireball from Thijs.
Oh, there it is.
An amazing follow-up there.
That was exactly the card he needed to win this game.
Yeah, but I think he could have still been able to do it with the Acolyte of Pain Ping and maybe hope for that second ice block, but definitely that fireball sealing the game in ways that, I mean, I thought without those ice blocks earlier, he was way